When the WTO is debating this week the possibility of doing something about vaccine patents and potentially waiving them, one leader could be, in this topic, Joe Biden, a guy who's been asked about this topic before, has been as clear and on the record about this topic as literally anything else in politics today. But will he stick to what he says? So Ady Barkan put a tweet up with an amazing video, Joe Biden's own words. And I want you to take a look at this. And then hopefully this will be what's necessary to get Joe Biden to do what's right.
Dear President Biden, I want to remind you of a promise you made to me and to the American people. If the US discovers a vaccine first, will you commit to sharing that technology with other countries? And will you ensure there are no patents to stand in the way of other countries and companies mass producing those life-saving vaccines?
Absolutely, positively. This is the only humane thing in the world to do.
Mr. President, you and I are both safe from this deadly pandemic because we could get the vaccine. And we will stay safe if you reverse Trump's inhumane policies and we vaccinate the entire world. That is the only way that we can prevent the development of vaccine-resistant coronavirus variants. But billions of families around the world aren't as lucky as you and me.
India's being engulfed by this virus, and its people are utterly helpless.
Coming. Mass cremations and funeral pyres now lighting.
India has set a global record for daily infections and
Indians
deaths.
are being abandoned in the teeth of a deadly disease. Only around 2% of Indians are fully inoculated.
If any American leader of our lifetime has understood the value of a single life and the deep pain of loss, it is you. But you also know the beauty of salvation. You know the joys that life can bring. When I asked you last year if you would change the global rules for vaccines, you did not hesitate, equivocate, or mince your words.
The answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it's not only a good thing to do, it's overwhelmingly in our interest to do it as well.
May 5th will be your moment, America's moment, to steer us down a more just and humane path. Governments from around the globe will gather at the World Trade Organization. They will ask America to waive the rules that are blocking them from making enough vaccines to protect their people. In this pandemic, millions of families around the world are grieving because of one stray cough, one brief mistake, one unfortunate moment. American innovation has delivered health and safety to the people of this country. But billions of people have been excluded. Their dreams are no less real than ours. Their love is no less strong, their lives are no less worthy. But because they live somewhere else, because they have less money, because the international laws are unfair, and because the pharmaceutical companies are so greedy, millions more people may die of this disease. You know that this is wrong. You know it in the marrow of your bones. In a few days, at the WTO meeting, all eyes will be on America. We will decide the answer to the world's plague. What kind of leadership will we display? The answer, Mr. President, is up to you.
Okay, that's destroying me. But yeah, no, he's obviously right. It is so clear. Wosny, Biden has never been that clear on an issue before. Like, what more could he have said?
Nothing. That was powerfully done. He said unequivocally, this is what I want to do and why I want to do it, because it's humane and it's in the long-term interest of our country to do so. Like that he tell you what he wants to do and why it's the smart thing to do so, and then even adds a little moralistic twist to it at the end. So it's like it's a three-pronged argument, John. Like this is. Yeah, a lot of times Biden is kind of vague, or he does like to publicly, specifically in his rhetoric, he likes to come off as incremental and moderate. He did not do that here. And so, man, I hope that commercial goes out everywhere and he has to feel the pressure of that. And it's like, I don't care what side of this sort of culture war or whatever we want to call Democratic and Republican voters, right? I don't care where you fall on that. How can you really give a damn about the patents of some pharmaceutical company?
Exactly.
It's like this. That's just not something any freaking normal person, working person, could give a damn about. So this is going to be an obvious winner.
Yeah, you would think like. I hope that nobody does care. I don't know, maybe like 40% of Republicans or something. But like, I don't even think like the sentient manifestation of capitalism would expect you to care about that. They're like, yeah, no, I know we can get you to buy phones whenever we want or whatever, but like, you care about our patents? Really? That was too easy. But we'll see. We'll see. I honestly, at this point, don't know exactly where Joe Biden stands on this, but I want him to feel as much pressure as possible, specifically because, as we pointed out a couple times this year, he is willing to change when there's pressure applied to him. Or if you want to conceptualize it a different way, dude backs down when you pressure him. That's good. We didn't have that for 4 years. Nobody was getting Trump to back down on literally anything. But with Biden, it's possible. So I would love to see that video. You can go on Twitter to Ady's page and you can spread it there. Amazingly well done. And by the way, it's not just Biden. He's obviously the most important person here. But let's take a look at what Dr. Anthony Fauci said. Told the Times in an interview Monday that he, quote, always respects the needs of the companies to protect their interests, keep them in business, but we can't do it completely at the expense of not allowing vaccine that's life-saving to get to the people that need it. You can't have people throughout the world dying because they don't have access to a product that rich people have access to. Everybody trusts Fauci. Biden, you want to go against Fauci? Huh? Is that what you want to do? People love that guy. And so hopefully they won't. Biden wants to be seen as like FDR 2.0. And in particular, he wants to be seen as like the most like just filled with empathy president that we've had in forever. Something, spirit of America. He's got his moonshot for cancer, which is a great idea, super difficult. We don't know if we're gonna get it, but we can totally save millions of lives this way. That is fully within his reach. So we'll have to see if he's gonna take that opportunity. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.